Hey everyone, Magic Man Scott 40k here, back with another 3v3, some Dark Eldar gameplay. We got Imperial Guard and Chaos, and I thought this was a pretty fun replay. Now before I show you the gameplay, I do want to talk for a bit. I haven't made a video in like 2 weeks. I did make a mod video recently, but I haven't made one of my usual stuff in a while. So I want to talk about that. So I haven't made a video in a while. So one, I got sick. It was pretty. It was pretty intense. So I didn't make a video because of that. The second thing was like holidays and like family events, and I did move recently. So that's another reason I didn't make a video for a while. And this is the main reason I haven't made a video in a while. I've been looking for fun gameplay, and I haven't found that in a while. And I thought this one here was pretty fun. This was yesterday. This was like 2 a.m. So I had trouble sleeping, so I just turned on Soulstorm and watched the news, and eventually I found a lobby, and this was like 2 a.m. and it was pretty fun. So the main reason I haven't made a video in a while was because all my replays were not that great. But recently I've been watching a lot of pros play, so now I have 3 or 4 replays set up that should be pretty fun to watch. So I'm hoping over the next couple days or so I'll be making good videos again. I have quite a few good replays stored up. Now I will say every replay I have is pretty high level, so it might be hard to watch. There's a lot of action going on, so I always try to make these videos new player friendly, but there's a lot of action going on and it might be hard to watch at times. But anyways, here's some real Soulstorm 3v3 action. Now to be honest with you, I've been playing this game less and less. My mouse, I've been using this mouse for a while, and my mouse is acting up, so I just been playing the game less and less. And also, every time I play against someone, it's either like a cheater or someone who has more hours than me, and it's hard to find like a normal player. It's very difficult to find a normal like everyday player. It's pretty tough. So that's another reason I haven't made a video in a while. I kind of been avoiding this game. Multiplayer right now is mostly like tough guys who've been playing it forever, and people who play this game more than me, I don't know, they're hard to talk to. They take this game very seriously. I don't really do that. But yeah, there's some people out there who take this game really seriously, and I don't. So anyways, I should probably start the gameplay. I can talk about events and show you the gameplay at the same time. Sorry about that. I am still sick. Something I want to mention. This isn't video related. I've been watching a lot of streamers lately, so I think that'll help me make the video better. I watching them hang out and stuff. I've been getting good ideas on how to make my video better. Those streamers have a lot of really good ideas, and I've been watching them a lot. I was thinking about streaming, but I don't have that figured out yet, like at all. But I've been watching a lot of streamers lately, and that's been influencing me. Anyways, so here's the video. Yeah. So Team 1, Dark Eldar, Guard, Chaos. A lot of us picked random, so this isn't like a very serious replay, but it was still pretty fun. Here's Space Marine, Tau, and another Tau player. Fighting Tau is weird because usually you're winning for 5 minutes, and then Tau hits tier 2, and then you lose. So Tau is weird. Like you're winning the whole time, and then you just lose. So Tau is very tough to fight, I feel. But yeah, that's I don't want this intro to be too long, so I guess I'll go ahead and start it. I am still kind of sick. I don't really understand what's happening to me, but I am still kind of sick. So another thing, I recently bought a lot of PlayStation 5 games, so if you see me offline, that might be why. I've been playing more and more PlayStation 5. I want to see like all the new stuff, like the new fancy engine and new fancy graphics. I want to try out those games. So anyways, I'll try to talk, and I want to talk about recent events and the gameplay. So here we go. I think the gameplay is fine. I think I made a few mistakes here and there, but it should be. Hopefully you guys like it. Again, it took me a very long time to find good gameplay. So I've been playing with really good players. So I had this one replay where everything was good, and then someone made a really big mistake and kind of threw the game. And I was like, there's no way I can use that. So it's like 10 minutes of good footage, and then this guy like froze the game, and I was like, well, there goes that video. If someone froze the game, I can't really use it, you know. So there's I have a lot of replays. I have like 20 hours of replays, but it's the one player like messing up that makes it I can't use it. So basically, for me to make a video, every player has to be decent at the game. They don't have to be great, but they have to be decent. The first fight should be soon. Yeah, right here. The first fight. This is now, to be honest with you, this was at like 3 a.m., so I don't remember it too well. And also, I played all night, so I don't remember exactly. I have like 10 replays from last night. So they're trying to stop this cap. This is a pretty important cap because this will boost Gar's defense. So they tried to stop it, but couldn't. It's been a while since I made one of these, so it's gonna take me a minute to remember. Alright, so Chaos Lord. I'm not sure why he retreated, to be honest. Chaos Lord is pretty solid. Chaos Lord is more of a building destroyer. You can destroy buildings like instantly. Here I'm using infiltrated mandrakes to do some damage against what is that, salamanders? Looks like salamanders. Whoops. Again, my mouse is really acting up lately. Which is funny because I don't really use it a whole lot. Most of the games I play, I'm in one spot. So I'm not sure why my mouse is acting up. So this red Tau guy, easily the best player, and it took all three of us to take him out. He's like, this red Tau dude just absolutely annihilated us. I think everyone played well. Okay, now Chaos is going in. I'm not sure why he retreated before. Kinda odd. But whatever. See, I'm using my infiltrated mandrakes. Tau does have tier 1 detection, but most of the time they don't use it. So I risked it and went for this Mandrake build order. Most of the time this Mandrake build order doesn't work, so I decided to give it a go. There's my mouse messing up. So we kind of bully this green Tau player, but he said GG at the end, and he was in high spirits. Like, we were kind of bullying him the whole game, but he seemed fine with it. And this green guy, this green Space Marine, we kind of bully him, and he kept playing. So I have huge respects to everyone in this match. We kind of bullied them the whole time, and so basically this red player has to beat all of us, and this red Tau player has to beat all of us. We were able to beat these two, and this red player, this is like a 30-minute replay, so this looks over, but we could not beat this red guy. Nobody could beat this red Tau player. Is my mouse acting up again? Okay. So it's doing this thing where if I move too fast, it like turns off. So yeah. So Tau's doing tier 2, a 4-minute tier 2. To be honest with you, all the Tau units are expensive. So 4-minute tier 2 doesn't even make sense to me. I'm not sure why you would do a 4-minute tier 2. Unless you're going for economy. Yeah, an early tier 2 doesn't make sense. Chaos retreating again. Looks like the cultist died. Again, Space Marine does okay. So Space Marine does a vehicle. He goes full vehicles. Usually in a 3v3, someone does vehicles just as like a test. You don't have to make vehicles, but it's kind of a test. So we go all in on this Tau guy. And again, this looks like a win. If you don't completely destroy Tau, they will beat you. So you have to completely destroy them, or Tau. Like, this looks like a win right now, but if we give Tau a couple minutes, they'll kill us. They'll beat us. So we're kind of doing this all-in risky thing, and we're getting shot at by everybody. So it's not. Come on. There we go. So we are getting shot at by everybody, and we're starting to take some damage. You can see here, there's a squad down. I retreated. I think Chaos retreated too. So we are taking damage. Guard needs to retreat. Failed to take out this generator. Generator's not the end of the world. Yeah, as you can see here, we're taking serious damage. And this could be, honestly, a game over. We took so much damage that the other team could win. This was pretty risky. Each of these souls is a death. And there's like 30 souls right here. So that's like 30 deaths. Here I tried to distract the red player because he's just too good, basically. So I try to distract here. I'm trying just to slow him down. Chaos makes a vehicle, but the problem is the Space Marine guy also makes vehicles. So they have this kind of vehicle fight. Here I give up on trying to beat this guy. I just can't. Nothing I did worked. Nothing I did worked on that guy. This guy doesn't have detection, and I still can't beat him. That's how good he is. Chaos versus Space Marine. Chaos is in cover, so kind of a silly fight. Rocket launchers though. Man, two guys of a rocket launcher took out the Defiler. What's crazy is 2 rocket launchers usually miss like that. So you need 4 rocket launchers. You need 4 rocket launchers to do anything. 2 rocket launchers miss. So here I'm trying to... I killed some builders and I'm trying to distract the red guy. Just slow him down. And you can see this red guy is just an absolute beast. He's single-handedly beating all of us. Nothing we do works on this guy. But yeah, you need 4 rocket launchers. Because if 4 rocket launchers, they don't miss. But if 2, they miss a lot. So I'm actually surprised this Defiler went down. This guy's got heavy bolters, but he's not really using it. Again, this wasn't like a serious match by any means. Come on, mouse, turn on. There we go. So yeah, my mouse turns off and on like that. I'm still able to beat computer, even with my mouse acting up. So it's not like the end of the world. Here I got Scourges. I knew the witches would die like instantly. So I made Scourges as like basically I'm hoping my teammate distracts Tau, and then I can jump in and kill whoever's distracted. I don't think these Defilers really paid off, to be honest. These Defilers are not doing a whole lot. And what's funny is I do think Defilers are probably one of the best vehicles in the game. But yeah, they're just not doing... Oh my god. Come on. There we go. Okay, so Guard has a pretty good defense right now. So Tau retreated. I'll fast forward a bit. We're only halfway through the video. Yeah, fast forward some more. So right now we're buying upgrades and teching. Okay. Guard again bullies this player. He's shooting through this wall. I'm not sure why you would build something here. Also, he's repairing it, which is kind of silly. You can just... this building's 100 points. You can just build it somewhere else. You don't have to... Fixing it is silly. Also, well, I think he goes melee, right? He goes Kroots. You'll see in a bit, he makes the Kroot building. But yeah, you can make this building anywhere. You don't have to put it there. Alright, Space Marine Chaos goes at it. This is kind of a fail. So Space Marine has a much stronger army. I would say Space Marine has a stronger army at this point. But this is kind of a fail. That was like 5 or 6 stealth suits dying instantly. I'm not sure what's detecting. But yeah, I would say Space Marine and Tau have a much stronger army. But as you can see, their army goes down anyways. Fast forward again. Here I'm tier 3. Now I'm making vehicles. This Tau guy complains, but he doesn't quit, so good for him. Most people would quit by now. Dreadnought beats the Defiler, so not a bad idea. And Chaos doesn't really have anti-vehicle, not really. So making vehicles against Chaos is not a bad idea. Here I use my soul ability. This is mostly to scare him. This soul ability doesn't really do a whole lot. This soul ability does like 100 damage. It's not really that good. Nice decap here. And then I sent in my Warp Beasts. These Warp Beasts kill like 10 guys or more. I say these Warp Beasts did well. You can see I'm doing like 500 damage a second. So that's pretty crazy. This is another reason I didn't make witches, because I can just make warp beasts. Warp beasts are more expensive, but they're, as you can see, I'm like one-shotting. Anything they touch, they one-shot. And now they're dead. But I think I killed, you can see every purple soul is a dead guy. So I killed like 20 guys right there. I would say that's worth it. So Chaos decides to go straight to level 4, which is kind of weird. He skips like tier 3. Chaos has a really good tier 3, but he just goes straight for tier 4. Another Dreadnought. Dreadnoughts are pretty expensive, so even with all his anti-vehicle, this Dreadnought is pretty tough. There we go, Demon Prince. So now Space Marine should make Grey Knights. As soon as you see this, you should make Grey Knights. And then you got Bloodthirster too. So now we're tier 4. Just a ton of Fire Warriors. There's enough Fire Warriors to like even destroy vehicles. This is so much damage that vehicles aren't a problem anymore. So here's like the first big fight. I send my Scourges in. My Warp Beaks are down. Tao's retreating. I try to kill Tao, but fail. These vehicles do like 300 damage a second, and I still can't kill Tao. So Chaos goes in against Space Marine. I'm not a huge fan of this quick tier 4 thing, but whatever. I had to protect this guy for like 5 minutes, so I'm not a huge fan of that build order. I'm not a huge fan of protecting people in general. I feel like you should be able to protect yourself. Librarian. You don't really need Librarian in this matchup. And this guy was about to make Terminators, but it was too late. He was like 2 seconds away from having Terminators. Again, I do think Space Marine has a better army, so I feel bad for him he gets beat up here. And I feel bad about it, because I do think he had a better army. Oh, come on. My mouse turned off again. Come on. There we go. Wait. There we go. Okay. So Guard goes in against Tau. You should have the strafing run by now. And then you have the Greater Narlock. I think this is a real Greater Narlock. So the red guy is maxed out basically. He also goes the Kroot path. So both Tau players go the Kroot path. Double Dreadnought. These Dreadnoughts, if you have enough Dreadnoughts, you can kill these demons no problem. These Dreadnoughts do so much damage that you can kill Dreadnoughts of them. Or not Dreadnoughts, demons. So you can see these demons going down. So Greater Narlock is garbage, but it's really good at absorbing damage. So it's a very good distraction unit. But yeah, the Greater Narlock will forever be garbage, I would say. Here I do another Soulstorm, because why not? Chaos goes in against red guy. Usually you would have an LP3 by now. This should be maxed. This listening point should be maxed out. He's trying to take out the Kroot building. I don't think taking this out does anything. I'm almost it stops you from making the Furial. You need to make that for the Furial. So now I'm tier 4. Dias. I killed like 10 fire warriors right there. This guy goes pure fire warriors. And it works out. Usually going pure anything doesn't work. But for him it does. So my vehicle is getting stunned by the stealth suits. It's getting shot by rockets. I have to go back. Yeah, I got my tier 4 out. Killed a lot of people, but not enough to win. And looks like this Bloodthirster is going down. I think he has to attack infantry for... There's this mechanic where he's taking damage all the time. The Bloodthirster takes damage all the time unless he attacks something. So I think if you attack buildings, I think he takes damage. You have to attack infantry. Bloodthirster has this thing where if he's not in combat, he takes damage.
Fire all guns.
Dreadnought's going in. You should have at least one guy repairing him. And Guard has grenade launchers for some reason. Grenade launchers are kind of obsolete. Here we're getting close to the end. This is like the 5th Dreadnought. If he has the tier 4 armor upgrade, the armor upgrade is actually a big deal. It turns Dreadnoughts from being a nobody to like crazy strong. So my army is pretty much dead. I do have pretty high economy. So I'm going to try making a new army. And here I'm still protecting Chaos because he lost all his demons. He lost his possessed ones and everything. Come on, mouse. Whoop. So yeah, it just turns off and on for some reason. Chaos goes in again. Another Demon Prince. Demon Prince is like the most expensive unit in the game, so I'm not sure why you'd make 2 of them. Unless you just have so much money. If you have a ton of money, it's fine, I guess. Now Guard goes in against. I think this is the 3rd or 4th time Guard goes in. And this I'm actually surprised this guy hit tier 3 because we just been attacking him the whole game. So good for this guy. And also he didn't quit. Like usually you would quit. Come on, there we hold on. And I had this mouse issue during this match. So that might be another reason I had this mouse issue during this match. So maybe that's why I made those mistakes. I do have other mouses behind me, but they're all wireless. And I hate wireless. It doesn't feel good. Like it's not comfortable. So here I got my tier 4 army. They're pretty good units, Ravengers and stuff, but they're not like the best. And this is pretty much the end of the match. So yeah, Space Marine really... You could have made Grey Knights. I don't know why he didn't. He chose Terminators over Grey Knights. Literally one Grey Knight would have killed all the demons. All he needed was one Grey Knight and he would have killed all the demons. It would have been fine. Yeah, so around the 10-minute mark, Tau pushed us back. Sorry. Around the 12-minute mark, Tau started to push us back, and that's why we attacked so hard. We attacked so hard because the moment you let Tau breathe, they can win with all those fire warriors and stuff. So that's why we attacked all the time and really pushed them. You basically cannot allow Tau to breathe. If you let Tau breathe, they can win the game. And then guard hit tier 4. So basically everyone's maxed out. We ended up having this tier 4 battle. This red guy was tier 4. Everybody else, I would say, is tier 3. Space Marine was tier 3. No orbital strike. Usually you get the Force Commander and orbital strike. I'm not sure if it would work on demons, but who knows. And then guard tier 4. Honestly, I'm not even sure if this would work against Tau, Ogrins, and Caskins. I think Tau's tier. I think the Kroot Hounds can kill these guys, no problem. I think Ogrins lose the Kroot Hounds. So I'm not even sure if this is a good plan. The Kroot Hounds can just go right through all these guys, no problem. So I would say this is actually a pretty bad strategy. And then I have enough money to buy whatever. So I have pretty much a maxed out army. Make my warp beast again. And yeah, sorry for the technical problems, the mouse issues, but I think everything else was fine. And my teammate didn't repair my vehicle, which kind of annoyed me. He's a vehicle faction, and he didn't repair my vehicle. I thought a vehicle faction guy would do that, but whatever. And this guy here, I think, picked guard on purpose, so I expected some kind of high-level play. I would say this guard guy is pretty average. He didn't do anything too crazy. Anyways, that's pretty much it for the replay. I've been rambling on and been having these issues. Anyways, so last night I had trouble sleeping, and I was playing a bunch of matches. So I actually got a lot of footage now, so I can make videos every day. I got tons and tons of footage. Oh yeah, and I'm making these HQs. HQs are really hard to take out. They're like the strongest thing in the game. They're very tough. So I'm using my HQ as a shield. So here I'm making these HQs in the middle of the map, kind of as a shield. This guy says Baneblade was stuck, and I didn't care, cause like why would you build it there? I'm not sure why you would make your Baneblade here. So I wasn't like, why is your infantry command here? That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, why would you put your infantry command there? Whatever. So yeah, I wasn't gonna delete my building for him. Your Baneblade's stuck. I was gonna tell him, if your Baneblade's stuck, that's your problem. That's not my problem. I don't care if your Baneblade's stuck. Anyway, so basically, a lot of us went tier 4 and had a tier 4 battle. So hopefully you enjoyed that one. It kind of worked. So we needed 2 demon princes, like 2 bloodthirsters. My DS almost went down. So our tier 4 kind of failed, to be honest. And guard, this is like guard's 3rd try on Tau. So I would say that's kind of a fail. You can see guard's injured. So honestly, all our tier 4 battles almost failed. This was a pretty close game, I would say. We were winning the whole time, but I think at any moment we could have lost because of all the damage we were taking. So I do think we could have lost that one at any time. And I do think Space Marine had all the chances to beat Chaos. I think Space Marine could have easily beat Chaos if he played his cards right. So Chaos had the highest economy. by a lot actually. He had like 30% more economy than anyone else. Again, kind of a weird build order. So he made 2 squads, went full economy, and then made demons. Demons are pretty expensive, but you don't need a crazy economy for that. It also looks like Chaos high scored. Again, I was protecting him like the whole game, so that kind of annoys me. And Chaos only had like 2 units. He had 2 squads in the demons, so he really only had like 2 units. And also he made a lot of anti-vehicle. Well, I guess Space Marine made a lot of vehicles, so that makes sense. Anyways, I've been rambling on for a while. I'm just shocked Chaos has the most economy. I've been protecting him the whole game. And also, Tau did decap his points. So he did lose his listening points. Anyways, I've been rambling on for a while. So thank you for watching. This is, I'll just end it there. Thank you for watching. Appreciate it. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.